Hello, my most amazing artist. Today we are talking about line, all kinds of lines vertical, diagonal, horizontal, dashed, dotted, zigzag, curly, swirly, wavy, double line, all kinds of line. I found a really exciting line in my closet the other day. This line is magical. This magical line can turn into any kind of line you want it to. And then the best part is that it can go right back after. It's amazing. It's such a magic enchanted line. I can turn it into whatever kind of line I want. Just watch. Right now, I'm turning it into a zigzag line. All it takes is a little bit of moving from my fingers, and I can turn it into any kind of line. So today, you're going to get to make your own kinds of lines. Oh, wow. And I turned it back to normal all of a sudden. Now I'm going to make a swirly line, a curly line. Now I undo it and I'm going to do a loop-de-loop line, loop-de-loop-de-loop. It goes wherever I want it to. And the best part is that all of you are going to get a chance to get your own magic line. That way you can practice your lines and even take your line home so that you can remember what kinds of lines we make today. All right, artists, once you get your magical lines and get some practice in, we're going to get started on our papers. Always write your name and class code on the back. Now today we're going to be using neon oil pastels. These neon oil pastels are brand new and they are so awesome with these bright colors. Oil pastels look like a crayon, but they work like paint. So we're going to use those to make our lines today. I want to see how many types of line you can make. So I made a horizontal, then I made a dashed line. Maybe I'll make a dotted line, a loop-de-loop, whatever. Just use a different or a variety of colors for each line that you make. Another important thing is notice I'm holding my paper like a vertical line. My paper is being held vertically up and down instead of side to side. That would be horizontal. But you want to make sure that your paper is up and down vertical like I have it here. Make sure you're leaving a little bit of white space in between your different kinds of lines. You can create your own line. You can use whatever colors for your line. It is totally up to you. The only rule is that you practice different kinds of line, use a few different colors or all of them, it's up to you, and that you leave a little bit of white space in between each line. So we're going to see how many can fit. Oops, if it does happen that you press too hard on these new oil pastels, sometimes they do break, but you'll notice they still work just as fine. Another thing you're going to notice is that your hands might get a little bit messy with that oil pastel. Please do not ask me to wash your hands. There will be art wipes in a bag on your table. These magical art wipes will work just fine to clean off your oil pastel hands. If not, you're just leaving with a little bit of more art magic on your hands to take home with you. But just make sure that you're not touching anything else. You don't want to touch your clothes with those oil pastel hands. And super important, the oil pastel only ends up on your hands and your paper, not drawing on anywhere else with that today. I'm going to use my art wipe after I use it on my hands. I'm going to wipe my area clean because maybe I got some oil pastel on my desk. I'm going to throw that wipe away when I'm done, and then bam, I get to put that in my table folder. You can work in your sketchbook if you finish early. Now this is why we need to leave some white space instead of coloring everything in, because next week we are going to get to paint. Yes, that's right, we finally get to paint. Now I'm just going to give a little preview of the magic that can happen when you paint on top of oil pastel. You'll notice that that bright oil pastel shows up right underneath the paint. So what's actually happening is that that magical neon oil pastel is pushing off the paint. It's saying, get off me, because it's creating a wax resist. So what's happening is that that oil pastel is made out of wax, sort of like how crayons are made out of that, or candles. And it's pushing off the paint mixture so that you can still see what you painted or what you drew with that oil pastel first. So this is what we're going to get to do next week, and we'll talk about that. That's enough of a preview for now, artists. Get to work. Have fun today.